Welcome back, I'm Captain Xavier, and I'm joined here by... Who are you again?
Ian.
Ian! Ian is here. He was on his way to a friend's wedding and happened to be passing by, so he asked if he could swing by, and I said sure. But I've drafted him into a video. We are going to be testing my recently built Nerf sniper rifles for FPS, for accuracy, for all that sort of fun stuff. We have my Prophecy, which I have shown off, my Caliburn, which you have seen, and one you guys haven't seen yet. I recently built a Longshot. It's still missing a few parts, so I'm not going to show it off too much, but we are going to compare the various kits. The Prophecy has their full orange half-dart kit, the Longshot has the Worker Rose kit in it, and the Caliburn is, of course, a Caliburn. The Longshot currently has a 14K spring in it. I think my Caliburn has its K25 rather than its K26. We may swap that out, we may not. We'll just see what kind of performance we're generally getting. And then the Prophecy has that enormous long spring that I have no idea what it is or what its weight is. But we're going to shoot them all using half darts with various magazines at various targets and get some numbers, vaguely, see how different they really are. Then I may try different springs later, I may try different setups, who knows. But for now, we're going to shoot some stuff. So, let's get the chronograph going. Grab it! Stop! Alright, we're starting off with my Caliburn with a scar barrel, and I'm pretty sure it's got K25 in it right now. Ian's going to pop a few rounds through it, see what we get FPS-wise. Oh, you missed. Get a little bit closer and lower. There we go. Yeah. High 80s. Nice. That's about what you get with K25. You can get it down to 150 if you use the even lighter stuff. And you can get it much higher if you use the higher spring, if I put a full K26 in it, of course. Alright. Up next, I will be firing my Prophecy, which I've yet to actually put through the chronograph. So, we're all going to learn here today. So pretty much exactly the same. Cool. Up next we have my Longshot that you guys haven't seen yet. And I've never actually fired it. Or never actually fired it through a chronograph, so let's see what we get. Alright, it's a little bit lower, but it only has the 14K spring in it. So maybe if we went up to the 18 or the 18.5, we'd probably be a little bit closer to what those are getting, if not more. Alright, we're going to go round up darts, and then we're going to shoot at stuff. Alright, so our targets are about 80 feet out there. We each have 8 shots. Ian's going to be firing the Prophecy, and I'm going to be firing Uller, my Caliburn, and we're going to see who can hit their bottles first. I'll let Ian shoot first. What did I do wrong? Oh, okay. I double loaded. I want to aim a little higher. Well, me too. Still low. Oh, getting closer. What's up with that?
I don't know.
Did you break my blaster?
Nope.
So you say. Ow! I got close. There you go. Now you're getting the range. No. Ah!
This wind definitely isn't helping.
I gotta get close that thing. hit the chair, I think. And I got one last shot. Well, neither of us can hit the broadside of a barn. So we're going to move the targets a little closer. Try again. Well, you might have one more shot.
Oh,
I double loaded, remember?
Oh, yeah. I was going off for you.
Not good.
Not good. Not good.
All right, we moved up to 60 feet. Hopefully one of us will actually be able to hit something. I'm going to try using the long shot this time. So you can't tell, but I hit both of mine, and then I hit his. Turns out, scar barrels matter. Well, that was fun. We have definitely established that scar barrels make a huge difference. And I didn't even check to see if I had it tuned correctly. Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. It's an adjustable one, so you can adjust the twist on it. I wasn't sure if I had it way too tight or way too low, but it made a difference. I was able to hit something.
Both of these need a scar barrel.
Definitely. I need to get the worker ones that just came out, see if I can get them to... Should ask Lightaker on a strike, hey, send me the things. The Longshot, I definitely want to try it with at least the 18K spring to see if that gets it up to the same power level, and then I need to put the Caliburn's K26 back in and see what that brings it up. I don't have another spring for the Prophecy, but it's good where it is. So yeah. I'd love to be able to have a lower end one, a high end one, and a ridiculous one, but I also want to know what the weights are with the different springs because this is about the numbers for you guys. I will then eventually look up the cost of all of these. Which I should know, but I didn't pay for most of this because I'm a schmuck and people send me stuff. So I'll need to actually hunt down the prices so I can let you know the different powers and ranges and what you're going to get for how much you spend. So that will be fun. But Ian has places to be, apparently. So we're going to clean up a little bit, and then I'm going to throw heavier springs in and make a mess again. Onward! All right, my Caliburn now has full K26 in it. We'll see how much of a difference that makes. Pretty much none. Interesting. Very interesting. So the high 180s. Here we go. All right, now we have the 18.5 Turf Nerf spring in my Longshot that was given to me by Nerf Life. Oh! See these going into the bush, I'm not getting any of them back. Okay, so 220s. Lovely. I'm definitely putting the 14 back in that because that's just unpleasant to prime now. But it hits like a tank. All right, up next, I'm going to be aiming for precision. Ian and I shot at the bottles, which was fun and all, but they're small for Nerf targets. My dart net, however, is roughly the size of a man's torso, which is what you should aim for. Don't aim for the head, kids. It's a small target and moves too quickly. Aim for the center of body mass. So this is at a range of 70 feet, and I'm going to be trying to hit anywhere on there will be considered a good hit. So we're going to start with the Caliburn first, with the scar barrel dialed down completely so that it is basically not there at all. And we'll put 5 shots out there and we will see what we get. Then I will actually engage the scar barrel and we'll see how much of a difference that makes. We'll then go on to the other 2 blasters. This is with K26, but it didn't seem to make that big of a difference, so... Oh. That was in the net. And that was in the net. Cool. 5 more rounds, this time with the scar barrel engaged. Good hit. Good hit. Good hit. Good hit. Good hit. Scar barrels. Don't let anybody tell you different. All right, up next, my prophecy. That was center, just not high enough. That one came out bad. Low, but straight. A little off. So, yeah, this one could definitely use a scar barrel. I'd be interested to see what happens if I put one on there. I think I might have blown the head off of one, and that's why it came short. We'll see. And last but not least, we have the Longshot now with the 18.5 Turf Nerf spring, which is just mean to prime. Oh! Oh, wrong. Oh! I blew the head off of a dart, and the head got caught in the muzzle brake. Let's try that again. Okay, that was, I think, 4 out of 5. So the Longshot has the most power and is almost as accurate as the Caliburn with a scar barrel. I wonder what the Longshot would be like with a scar barrel. So, gonna have to order a couple of those. So, there you have it. Let's go talk numbers. All right, well, that was actually a lot of fun. Let's talk numbers. The Prophecy was the only one that I only tried one spring in, and it was hitting around 180 FPS, give or take, up or down. The Caliburn, originally I had the K25 in it, and I was getting about the same, 183, that range. Put K26 in it, and got exactly the same thing. So I don't know what's up with that. Either my K25 is too strong, or my K26 is too weak, or something didn't get tuned right when I put it back together. Who knows? But the Caliburn with K26 was coming in at around the 180s as well. And then the Longshot with the 14 kilogram spring was getting 160s, but when I put the 18.5 in, it jumped up to the 120 or 220s and 240s. So that is fascinating and magnificent. Now the Caliburn is the only one of these that has can fire either half darts or full darts. I only used half darts for this demonstration. The other two are half dart only. The way the breeches are designed, they can only take half darts, which is fine because that's what I plan to shoot out of them anyway. Now the Caliburn also had the advantage of the scar barrel, which we saw made a huge difference. So technically speaking, it's the only of the three that is actually a sniper rifle, because it's actually rifled. Now, I do plan to get the rifling kits for these and see how much of a difference that makes. But the real question that we want to get into is cost. So really the point of this demonstration was bang for your buck. So let's look at the costs. And what I found actually kind of surprising was that the Caliburn actually came in as the cheapest. Currently, you can get a fully assembled Caliburn from Captain Slug for $145. Now, that is bare bones, but it's pre-assembled, doesn't have a scar barrel, doesn't have any kind of a foregrip, or any of the other bells and whistles that you can get for them, but it will work. You can then get the scar barrel from him for $15. And he then has all sorts of additional things, like the canted foregrips and thumb hole stocks and stock fillers and all sorts of different attachments that will, of course, make the price go up and up and up. But the functional blaster is $145, and then the scar barrel, to make it more accurate, is another $15. So you're looking at $160 for a very functional Nerf sniper rifle. There are then all sorts of tweaks you can do to make it even better, but of course the price will go up. The next one is the Prophecy, which I actually was expecting to be the cheapest, but I didn't realize how expensive the internal kit is. The blaster itself is $40, and that comes with no actual functional internals other than the trigger and I think it comes with a catch and the magazine release. The internals that I have in here are another $70. And that's the expanded plunger tube, the bolt sled, and the full long breech. The externals is then where the cost starts to vary, because you can either go with a long barrel and a pump grip, or you could go with a top bolt like I have here, or you could go with the metal bolt sled and the side bolt that comes with it. And for those, you're looking at anywhere between $10 if you just go with the top bolt, or up to another $70 for pump kits or bolt sleds or whatever else you want to get. So this one can be anywhere between $120 and $190 depending on how you choose to kit it out. If you want the full cosmetic kit that I have on here with the Barrett looking barrel and all of that I believe will actually fit the Worker Scar Barrel, that is something I definitely plan to buy and see if I can just put it in there, because that would be fantastic. You're looking at another $100. So that makes this one then the most expensive, at anywhere between $220 and $290. So that's the beauty of that one. We then have the Longshot, which has the Worker Rose kit in it. And I'm pretty sure that when they sent it to me, it was sent as one big package, and it was $120, but I couldn't find that package on any of the websites anymore, or at least not on Litake where I originally got this kit. So I parted it out, and you're looking at $130 for that internal kit. You're then looking at anywhere between $20 and $40 for the Longshot, depending on whether you get it used on eBay or new on Amazon. You could obviously get it less if you could find it, in a thrift shop. You might get it for, $7.99 or even less. But looking at $20 to $40 for either used or new on Amazon, you're looking at $20 to $40. You then have the various pump grip kits, which are all around $30 unless you print your own, but then you have to have a 3D printer, and you're paying for the filament and the screws and the metal and the rod and all of that. But the kit is another $30, so you're, depending on the price of the blaster, you're looking at anywhere between $180 and $200 for this one. Springs are practically negligible. You're looking at $5 for the different springs. That's the beautiful thing about springs, is they're actually remarkably cheap. But for the full sealed breech half dart kit, you're looking at $180 to $200. That's not including things like the bipod and the long barrel and the muzzle brake and the stock. Again, that's all going to increase the cost. You also have to remember magazines. You have to buy magazines for all of these, but that's going to be the same no matter what blaster you get. Because they will all take any of the different magazines. They'll all take katana magazines. They'll all take the half dart magazines. This one can take full magazines. The other ones can't. So, honestly, in my opinion, based on these tests and the prices, the Caliburn is actually your best bet. It does take a lot more maintenance because it's all 3D printed parts, which can sometimes fail. And the amount of power that you put into it, if you're putting in super heavy spring loads, you're going to put a lot more stress on the 3D printed parts. So keep that in mind. And any mechanical device will wear out eventually. You will eventually break parts just from use. That's something you simply have to accept. But with the scar barrel that you can get from Captain Slug and a base Caliburn, looking at 160, it is definitely the best performance of all of these. These ones, once you have scar barrels, you're probably going to be getting a lot more accurate and probably as accurate as the Caliburn, but you're not going to be as cheap. You're going to then have to add the price of what we had plus the price of a scar barrel. So really feeling that the Caliburn is actually your best bet. The fact that you can print additional parts yourselves or can get other people to print them for you or can buy more parts, you're probably going to be able to get the kind of cosmetic stuff for the Caliburn cheaper than you can get it for these ones because they have to be fairly specific. This one only takes stocks that fit on a Longshot. This one will take any stock that fits, so it needs to be the one that has the long tube because the spring on this one actually goes all the way back into the buffer tube. It's as long as a K26, it's just much narrower. And in order to get enough compression, they decided to make the spring go all the way back into the stock, which is genius. So that is actually my recommendation, not only because it is the cheapest, but because you will be supporting Captain Slug, and he is one of the most awesome people in our community and definitely deserves the support. So, in addition to the fact that his was the best bang for the price, the most accurate, and the comparable ranges for all of them, putting the 18.5, yeah, you're going to get more range out of this one, but because it doesn't quite have the accuracy at longer ranges, still feeling the Caliburn is by far the best bet. Now, there are people who are going to argue, they're going to say, well, you didn't test the CETA with a brass breech. That's something I'm working on. I didn't test an X-Zeus, and there's lots of other options. But of the three that I have with me, I'm feeling the Caliburn. And so, yeah, feel free to put your rebuttals, your preferences, your corrections. Maybe I didn't tune something. Maybe you know something that I don't know. All that kind of stuff can go on in the comments, and we can have a lovely debate about Nerf sniper rifles. But that is the information that I have based on the parts and kits that I've been given so far. I will be upgrading them, definitely getting scar barrels for both of these to see what kind of a difference that makes. I really don't want to put the 18.5 back in this thing. It just makes it such a mean prime. I might try the 18. Who knows? I really like the 14, but I feel it needs more accuracy. So scar barrel maybe, and if that, if the scar barrel ends up slowing the darts down too much, okay, I'll put the 18 back in. We'll give it a try. Maybe I'll try a 16. Who knows? That's the beautiful thing about the Longshot is they have springs in just about 1K increments. You can get whatever you want. They go up to ridiculously high levels where I can't imagine how you prime it. And if you dry fire it, the whole thing shatters. Down to ones where you could get it under the 150 and be able to run it in a super stock war, or one of our super stock wars. We consider super stock 150 and below. I'd need to get a lighter spring. I'd have to probably go to a 13K to get this under the 150 because it's hitting 160 consistently now. Maybe with a scar barrel, I would get it down under 150, and that would actually be a lot of fun because then I could actually have a decent sniper rifle in super stock, which my Caliburn, I'd have to put a much lighter spring in to get it down that low. I've never gotten my Caliburn under 180. And this one just doesn't have a hope because I don't have a light enough spring. But there you have it. Let's have some discussion down in the comments section. Keep it civil. If you start a flame war, I'm just going to delete your comment and probably block you. I don't need that. I need constructive debates. Opinions are lovely, but try to have some facts to back it up. Give us some numbers, give us some video, give us whatever. I'm really excited. I never really understood Nerf sniping because up until I actually got a Caliburn and those kind of things, it just didn't seem possible. But now that I've seen that it absolutely is possible, I'm really interested. They still aren't terribly useful in our wars because most of the public wars that we do are infinite resurrection. It's capture the flag, it's collect the MacGuffins. And so a sniper popping off 1 or 2 people a minute just doesn't make that big of a difference on the battlefield. But I am interested in starting Nerf leagues. 5v5, 3v3, fast flag, that sort of thing. In which case, it's pretty much all going to be down to the snipers. And maybe one dedicated high power, fast rate of fire spam the enemy blaster. It'll be really interesting to see the kind of strategies that come out. But in a battle like that, I can definitely see sniper rifles being a much bigger part. So look forward for that. That's my first take on sniper blasters. There will be more, of course, as I build more. I've got the brass kit for the CETA that I'm going to try, plus I may get one of their upgraded kits, since the one I got is, of course, the stock version. They're coming out with full breech kits, sealed breech kits. That will probably make a huge difference. It's got a same size plunger tube as this one, so there's no reason it shouldn't perform as well as the Prophecy. You just need the breech for it, which I don't think this breech will fit because the barrel section on that is specifically designed. But I'm going to try the brass breech, see what that does. And I'm going to get the scar barrels, and we'll see what kind of differences those make. So stay tuned for future episodes of For Science involving sniper rifles. Let me know your recommendations. I'm sticking to Springers for now. I may try air blasters at some point, but we all know that those are going to be ridiculously overpowered and are hard to make magazine fed reliably, though we'll see what I come up with. But let me know what kind of stuff you'd like to see in For Science, because this is something I'm actually really enjoying. I get to shoot stuff around and get some practical numbers and all of that. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and thank you guys for watching.